Hello there, and welcome to part 7 of QA testing manually. In this video, I am going to show you that a tester who finds 10 bugs but report them badly is not a good tester, but a QA who find 3 bugs and report them professionally, that is the perfect QA. So in this video, I am going to show you how we write a perfect bug report, how we create a test case, what are the mandatory things, and then we will discuss few interview questions. Most of the companies are asking these kinds of interview questions. The answer is always the same, but it depends on how you are explaining to the interviewer so to grab his attention. So let's get started. So bug report and test cases. In manual testing course, this is one of the important thing. It can be done by AI these days, but without having you known everything, you cannot use the AI correctly as well. So let's get to the professional bug report first. So there are 7 fields which are very needed for the any bug report. All of them are not very mandatory, but few of them are very mandatory. For example, the title, steps to reproduce, expected result, and this is very good, and attachment. These are the four most important things. So whenever an interviewer asks you a question that what is a good bug report, then you need to tell them that we need to report a bug in a way that the end user, like developer or support person, should be able to reproduce this exact bug at their end so they can fix it correctly. So, title, clear title. What is the bug about? Environment needed if there are some specific cases where the issue is only happening on Safari browser, but it is not on happening on Chrome browser. So, for these kinds of issues, we need to add the environment. Then, steps to reproduce, how to reproduce this, and expected result and actual result. Severity is if it is very high or if it is very low. For example, if the page is loading slowly, it is not very high priority, but if the payment is failing on a system, it is very high priority critical issue. And attachment, the annotated screenshot or a video explaining the bug is most mandatory and important thing in a bug report. For example, if I go to this, now for example, this is a bug. Now there are two ways to write about this bug. First of all, I should take a annotated screenshot. This is the screenshot. For example, if I will take it like this, then I need to annotate it. For example, I will annotate it here and I will annotate it like this. So it would be easy for the developer to just see this screenshot and instantly see that okay, the issue is there. Then once he read the title and description, he'll exactly be able to reproduce this. So annotated screenshots are very powerful when it comes to reporting a bug. Now this is a bug. I can write the title like the section UI UX issues. The text is not looking good, this section is not looking good. So this is not a good way of reporting the issue. This is not a good title. It should be something like the text is overlapping in this section, so developer can understand it correctly, or a support person. So steps to reproduce, you can just go to the home page, go to the QA practice, scroll down to the UI UX issues section, and see the section. So if each section has a name, so it would be easy for the user to go to there and reproduce. Expected result is this text should be properly formatted from top to bottom, and it should be responsive in both desktop and mobile devices. This is the expected result. So actual result is that everything is overlapping, the text is overlapping. This is a problem. So this is a small issue. I can explain many things later. If you want, comment below and I will show you in detail. And attachment, it could be a video if the issue is in a process. For example, you are doing different steps and then the issue is reproduced. You can show this in a video. If it is a static issue like this one, we can just create the annotated screenshots. So that's how you can perfectly report a bug. Now go to the test case. What is a test case? Actually, you already knew the steps of doing something. Set of actions is actually a test case. Now this is the test case which we create. Test case ID, title, precondition, steps, test data, expected result, and status. Now for most of the companies this is followed clearly, but if you are in hurry, not doing everything, so just go for test case ID, title, steps, and expected result, and status. Test data and preconditions might not be needed all the time, but it is good practice to include all of these things in your test case. So this is a test case template. Always use it, always write a proper number, always write a title. Nowadays you can use Claude to write any test case, or any, you can use Chat GPT or Claude or Gemini. Just give it the exact thing with a screenshot and tell it that this is the functionality. Tell it the functional requirements and it will create the perfect test case. Give the template to Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT, and it will help you create everything, test case document professionally. I can show you a step by step guide on how to create a test case documentation for any functionality in ChatGPT or Claude for free, but in another video. Comment below if you want me to record that video. Now there is another very important interview question. It is the most time favorite of all the interviewer in QA. What is the difference between severity and priority? So the severity and priority are for the bugs only. Now the bug can be very severe, and it is of high priority. So severity is something which is decided by the tester, who knows everything about the platform. And with a bug, the tester can check, the QA can check how much quality of the system will be impacted by this system. For example, if a payment is calculating correctly, user pays $60, and platform shows $40, and platform fee is getting, so this is a one bug, but it is impacting everything. It is impacting reporting, it is impacting fee structure, it is impacting the order system, it is impacting the attendee system. Everything is impacted by it. So this is a very severe. So this is severity, that is how this bug is impacting. Now what is priority? Priority is that how sooner this should be fixed. So for example, if there is a payment related issue, the priority is very high. But if there is an issue which the user is not facing, only one user out of 10,000 user is facing, so priority for this one is low. So severity and priority. High severity is actually high priority, and high severity and low priority is something, for example, crash in an admin report, or it happens once a week, so that's not a high priority. Now there are five mistakes that make developers ignore your report. If you are writing just a dummy title which is not understandable, if you are missing the steps to reproduce, and if you are telling only the description title, you are not adding the screenshot, so developer will not be able to reproduce it, and he will just tell, he will say that he cannot reproduce this issue at their end. So you have to provide them all the details all the time. So this is the to and fro between the developers and QA all the time. So these are the things, the perfect bug report, how to write a bug report, what is the perfect test case, what is severity and um priority. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, go to my channel, and I am also teaching the automation testing. I can tell you how you can start earning money with QA testing by testing websites only, not as a job, but as a freelancer as well. And follow the playlists of manual testing and automation testing. I am going to cover very good AI automation testing very soon. So let me know if you have any questions. Comment below and I will answer you. You can practice your testing on this website page as well, which is in the link. And if you need a one-to-one session with me, if you have any question, you can just go to the link given in the description. You can contact me and you can ask any questions. Thank you and have a nice day.